Hello everyone and welcome to Star Wars on High. Thank you for stopping by. We are back with another High Republic review, this time on the highly anticipated Dark Horse comic, The Nameless Terror. This 4-part miniseries is already off to a refreshing and fantastic start. We open up with a familiar face that I was not expecting, the famous monster hunter herself, Ty Yorick, which definitely caught me by surprise. I didn't think she'd be alive in Phase 2 with such a considerable time difference, but then we start to learn the purpose. Ty is in the Outer Rim after what happened on Valo, and she begins telling her droid about the nursery rhyme Shri Kare Kare, and how she learned of a story about Master Sabara's master, Corran Solstice, from when he was just a Padawan, pointing to a Phase 2 story told by Ty Yorick. Over a century earlier, a group of Jedi were out traveling. Jedi Master Rock had just lost his Padawan and was trying to find solace in his mourning, when the proximity alarm rang out across the ship. The Jedi come to learn that a random ship seems to have fallen out of hyperspace and was on a direct collision course with the Jedi's vessel, crashing right into it, sending both ships down to the planet's surface. But on their descent, the unknown ship had cargo break loose and fall from it, a mysterious egg-shaped jewel which cracked as it made its way down to the ground. The Jedi's ship made landfall, and Zenith, another of the Jedi, was badly injured. They must reach help or medical supplies immediately if Zenith is to survive her injuries. But there is still concern on whether or not the atmosphere of the planet is even breathable, but regardless, an attempt must be made, and the right decision was made as the ship exploded just as they cleared it. The Jedi are to safety, but Zenith's condition is starting to worsen. The longer the wait, the less likely saving her will be. But unfortunately, there is only one option. Check the unknown ship for any surviving crew, or their medical supplies. But they may need to hurry because it looks like the Nameless Terror has broken free from its shell. Back on Ty's ship, the droid seems very intrigued by the story, but even Ty doesn't know what the creature was. All she knew was that the beast was very hungry. The Jedi come to the unknown ship to find it nearly in smoldering ruins, and decide it best to split up and search both halves of the ship. But once aboard, they start to feel a threatening presence, but they feel that the Force is trying to warn them that danger is near and to go no further. Meanwhile, Rock and Corran are making their way through their section of the ship when Corran grows interest in what happened to Rock's apprentice, who slowly begins to explain before he is interrupted by the sound of someone else on board. And the passengers on board could not have been a worse choice. The Path of the Open Hand were the passengers of this vessel, and they're here to stop the Jedi. And they've once again brought the Nameless Terror with them, and the Jedi feel it. A great disturbance in the Force, something that can only be described as a being with so much hunger. Overall, The Nameless Terror, Issue 1 is a knockout of the park. I don't know if it's the nostalgia aspect, but I really love having Dark Horse Comics back and writing Star Wars. The artwork is beautiful with a great use of color and lighting, and the dialogue is kept at a great pace. I know comics will vary from time to time, either walls of text or just a lot of action sequences, but this is a perfect medium. I was able to read it fairly quickly, but there was enough dialogue that it got the story across as it should have. George Mann really pulled off a perfect comic with this series. This will definitely become one of my favorites alongside the Trail of Shadows miniseries, and I absolutely love it so far. But what were your thoughts? Do you like having Dark Horse Comics back, and were you expecting to see Ty Yorick back so soon? Let us know all of your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you to everyone who stuck around to this point in the video, and we hope to see you again very soon.